Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this makeup look right here. I used the new Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. I love this palette. It is right up my alley because I love neutrals, but there's definitely a plethora of variety in here. So I will be doing other tutorials using this palette, so make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on those. So this is the first one and I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So we are super zoomed in. I put on my mom's camera lens so that you can see everything really up close. I also turned down the brightness. I want to make this look as realistic as possible. Sometimes the lights are a little bright and it can wash some things out, so I really want you to see the colors and everything. I think I am going to zoom in a little bit closer so you can see this, but I am going to be using the brand new Anastasia Soft Glam palette. It looks just like this and it is so gorgeous. This is a palette that is right up my alley. I love neutral shades. So the first shade I'm gonna go into is Burnt Orange. This shade right here. It is a warmer shade, but I will be doing an overall cool toned look. And the brush that I'm using is this fluffy one. It is the 232 from Sigma. I'm gonna bring this here in the crease. This is gonna be the base for the rest of the look. This color will help the other colors blend easier and help them fade, and it also helps prevent the darker shades from going up too high. I like to do this color first rather than after the rest of the shades, because then you can see where that shade is and you don't feel the need to go in with a darker color and bring it up too high, and this kind of helps me with that. I'm also gonna look up into my mirror and carry that color down onto the bottom lash line and connect it out here to where that other color was, or to where it is up here. It's the same color. Okay, so this is the brush I was just using, the 232 from Smith. I'm switching to a 230 from Smith, which is a little bit smaller, as you can see. I'm gonna go into Dusty Rose from the palette. It's like a cooler toned mauve. I'm picking it up on the 230 and I'm gonna bring this deeper into the crease. And what I mean by that is just closer into the crease rather than more spread out. Just doing little circles, like the smallest little circles, because I don't want big circles. If I do that, it's gonna go way too high up. And when I want to access that area, I just tilt my head back and put my chin up so I can look down into the mirror, as opposed to raising my eyebrows and distorting the look. Now, whatever's left over on my brush, once the majority of it is off, I'm gonna carry that into the inner part as well. I did rocking motions and little circles. Just wanna carry that cooler toned shade over here. Also gonna bring that under here as well, the same way that we did with the first shade. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my favorite color in the palette. This is Mulberry. It's just so pretty. It's a deep burgundy brown. Oh, I just love it. So I'm gonna use a pencil brush. This is a MAC 219. You can see it is much tinier and more precise than the 230 that I was just using from Smith. I'm gonna put it right on the tip of the brush and really focus this color right here in the outer corner of the eye and push it up. Now, the other two shadows didn't give me any fallout. This is giving just a little bit, so I'm glad I powdered my under eye before this. Since I do have makeup on, the powder makes it so that if anything does fall out, you can just brush it away instead of having it stick to like wet concealer and wet foundation. Just adding a little bit more. I'm also gonna dip into the Sienna shade. It's the middle shade in the palette, and I'm gonna use it on that brush. And as you can see, with deeper colors like this, they're a little bit trickier to blend out than a regular neutral brown sort of shade. So I'm gonna use that Sienna color to help blend this color out, which is very common with deeper, very pigmented shades. I'm also gonna bring that Sienna here on the lid as well, next to the Mulberry. Then I'm gonna go back into the 230 with whatever was left on it and help blend out this color. So I just switched to a Smith 247, which is just as, it's a little less fluffy than the 230, but it's more flat, as you can see here, hopefully. And I went into the color Rustic, which is this more neutral toned brown. And I just brought this into the crease, and I did this brush because it's a little bit more flat, so it could really get in there and help diffuse the color, and I brought it into the inner part of the crease as well. And now whatever's left over, I'm just going to diffuse that even more with this brush and bring it back over here to help blend this out. I'm going to take that same mulberry shade onto this flat definer brush from Sigma. It's the E15. I'm going to pop this right here on the lower lash line. And then I'm taking Sienna on this brush. It's the 216 from Makeup Forever. It's what I use to smudge out my lower lash line. And I think this is the best brush for this. It just diffuses that whole area and makes it look really soft. So now on the lid, I'm gonna go into Sultry and Rose Pink. These are the two shimmery, rosy, pinky sort of shades. I'm first gonna take Sultry on my MAC 242 brush. I like this because it's really flat and it really deposits the color. And I'm gonna pop it right here in the center of my lid, right where we ended those matte shades. And then on the other side of the brush, I'm gonna pick up Rose Pink and pop it on the inner part of the lid. And this is where I'm getting more fallout. I wouldn't experience this if I wet my brushes with Fix Plus. All right, so I'm gonna try it with Fix Plus on the other side. So I've got Sultry here on my brush. I'm grabbing my Fix Plus. And I'm gonna pop that here on the center, and as you can see, this gives me no fallout and makes it more metallic. That's why a lot of people like to use Fix Plus with shimmery shadows, because as you can see, look at how much more reflective that is. I'm gonna go into this shade called Tempura. It's a very matte, like white, creamy shade. And I'm just going to pop this up here on the brow bone as my highlight. So to finish off this look, I did a very dramatic elongated wing, and for that I used the Inglot Gel Liner number 77, and I used the Sigma E10 eyeliner brush. And then I popped on these lashes from Velour. I forgot the style, but I will link them down below. Now I'm just adding some mascara to the bottom lashes to finish off the look. It also helps to kind of balance out those top ones because they're so dramatic. All right guys, that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed an old school tutorial. I know I did. I love makeup tutorials and stuff like that. So if you want to see more tutorials, especially more tutorials using the Soft Glam palette, please let me know down below and subscribe. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.